Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Y Caliber. We're playing Invisible Dragon Age. Inquisition. This is the Trespasser, Dilk. And we need to go through here and try to find Solas before the Vidasala does. I mean, we've defeated most of her plans, but still. Oh. Where's my crew? Just like at the towers. Do you think the Vidasala's any match for him?
Ebesit kata, etwa ost.
Maraskata!
Your forces have failed. Leave now and tell the Canary to trouble me no further.
Oh.
Solas.
Quote-unquote agent of Fenharel.
That should give us more time. I suspect you have questions.
The Canary were trying to kill you. I wanted to get here first.
I know. They sought an agent of Fenharel.
Which
I am no one's agent but my own. I fear that the truth is much simpler and much worse than the Canary believe.
I think we figured it out.
Fenharel.
Yeah, there we go.
Solas first. Fenharel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The dread wolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. You also know the burden of a title that all but replaces your name.
Attack him.
The Dalish legends about the evil trickster god are wrong. I saw the truth in the crossroads.
You saw another story, written in desperation to give me more credit than I ever deserved.
You were a hero, Solas.
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods. I broke the chains of all who wished to join me. The false gods called me Fenharel, and when they finally went too far, I formed the Veil and banished them forever. Thus I freed the elven people, and in so doing, destroyed their world.
You love the Fade. Why would you create the Veil to hide it all away?
Because every alternative was worse.
Meaning?
Had I not created the Veil, the Evanurus would have destroyed the entire world.
You said that the elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. A crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
I thought Mythal was one of the Evanurus.
She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them. She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her.
That sucks.
You banished the false gods? You didn't kill them?
You met Mythal, did you not? The first of my people do not die so easily. The Evanurus are banished forever, paying the ultimate price for their misdeeds.
The Evanurus were elven mages? How did they come to be remembered as gods?
Slowly. It started with a war. War breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders, then kings, and finally gods. The Evanurus.
Interesting. The slow march of history into myth and legend.
How did creating the Veil destroy the world?
You saw the remains of Via de Thara. The library was intrinsically tied to the Fade, and the Veil destroyed it. There were countless other marvels, all dependent on the presence of the Fade, all destroyed. The elven legends of immortality, all true. It was not the arrival of humans that caused them to begin aging. It was me.
Oh.
The Veil took everything from the elves, even themselves.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. But we see that time and again throughout human history, our desire to turn people into more than they are. You know, just look at China. Guan Yu.
That's the past. What about the future?
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you. My people fell for what I did to strike the Evanurus down. But still, some hope remains for restoration.
What are we talking about here?
I will save the elven people, even if it means this world must die.
Excuse me?
Why does this world have to die for the elves to return?
A good question, but not one I will answer. You have always shown a thoughtfulness I respected. It would be too easy to tell you too much. I am not Corypheus. I take no joy in this. But the return of my people means the end of yours. It
That's
is my
not happening.
fight. You should be more concerned about the Inquisition. Your Inquisition. In stopping the Dragon's Breath, you have prevented an invasion by Qunari forces. With luck, they will return their focus to Tevinter. That should give you a few years of relative peace.
The Qunari said the Inquisition was unknowingly working for agents of Fen'Harel.
I gave no orders.
You led us to Skyhold.
Corypheus should have died unlocking my orb. When he survived, my plans were thrown into chaos. When you survived, I saw the Inquisition as the best hope this world had of stopping him. And you needed a home. Hence, Skyhold.
You gave your orb to Corypheus?
Not directly. My agents allowed the Venatori to locate it. The orb had built up magical energy while I lay unconscious for millennia. I was not powerful enough to open it. The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb.
Oh, you arrogant.
I did not foresee a Tevinter Magister having learned the secret of effective immortality.
What would have happened if Corypheus had died and you'd recovered the orb?
I would have entered the Fade using the mark you now bear. Then I would have torn down the veil. As this world burned in the raw chaos, I would have restored the world of my time. The world of the elves.
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
So at least some of the stories about the Dread Wolf are true.
I did not lead a rebellion against immortal mage kings without getting my hands bloody. You must understand. I awoke in a world where the veil had blocked most people's conscious connection to the Fade. It was like walking through a world of tranquil.
We aren't even people to you.
Not at first. You showed me that I was wrong. Again. That does not make what must come next any easier.
For whatever it's worth, thanks for the castle.
For whatever it's worth, you used it well.
You control the Illuvians now?
Yes. You remember Briala from Halam Shiral? For a time, she controlled part of the labyrinth. One of my agents was supposed to take it from her, but he did not succeed. I had to override the magic personally. The Qunari stumbled upon this section independently. With them gone, the Illuvians are now mine.
What's wrong with the Inquisition?
You created a powerful organization, and now it suffers the inevitable fate of such. Betrayal and corruption.
It's not that simple.
Do you know how I discovered the Qunari plot? The plot I disrupted by leading them to your doorstep? The Canary spies in the Inquisition tripped over my spies in the Inquisition. The avant-garde who led you to the Canary body? Who intercepted the servant with the Gatlock barrel? Mine.
Why bother disrupting the Canary plot if you're going to destroy the world regardless?
You have shown me that there is value in this world, Inquisitor. I take no joy in what I must do.
Doesn't answer the question.
Until that day comes, I would see those recovering from the breach free of the Qun.
Why?
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort.
It's still pretty monstrous.
In any event, it is done.
I guess we owe you for that one, too.
I hope it gives your people some final peace.
Some weird graphical glitches we're getting here.
There's still the matter of the anchor. It's getting worse.
Yes, I'm sorry. And we are almost out of time. The mark will eventually kill you. Drawing you here gave me the chance to save you. At least for now.
You don't need to destroy this world. I'll prove it to you.
I would treasure the chance to be wrong once again, my friend. Take my hand. I'm sorry. Live well, while time remains.
So... does it just end there? It sounds like ending music. But with a blank screen, except for that little loading icon, I can't really tell. There's a little too much, all according to Keikaku, going on there for my tastes, but you know, it's a good setup for the next Dragon Age game. Either battling Solas or trying to convince him. But if that's the case, are they going to keep the Inquisitor as the main character? And how will that work if he's definitely dying? Sorry, if they're definitely dying.
Something must be done, but we cannot lose the Inquisition now.
Why is my screen
stand
still
on the
black?
brink of war with the Canary.
Yes, because this Solas provoked them in the first place.
What's going on?
The Inquisition did
There we
not
go.
cause this threat. We informed the Summit of the danger.
The danger posed by Canary spies inside your organization.
Without our organization, you would not be alive to complain.
No one has forgotten what you have done. But Corypheus is 2 years dead.
If the Inquisition is to continue, it must do so as a legitimate organization,
Oh.
not a glorified mercenary band.
Inquisitor.
Okay.
You all know what this is. A writ from Divine Justinia authorizing the formation of the Inquisition. We pledge to close the breach, find those responsible, and restore order, with or without anyone's approval. I'm proud to say we accomplished that goal. We will honor the sacrifices of those who gave their lives in defense of what we stood for, and still stand for. Because our work is not done. Where we led in war, we will now serve in peace. The Inquisition will act as Divine Victoria's personal honor guard. Answering directly to her, we will transition from a military force into a peacekeeping organization. My own adventuring days may be done, but the Inquisition and its mission will continue.
I'd drop my mic if they existed yet. Wait, BioWare animated someone handing a physical object to someone else? That's gotta be a first. Bye Dorian. Bye Bull. Bye Vivienne. Bye Blackwall. Bye Sarah. Bye Liliana. Bye Josephine. Bye Cassandra. Bye Varric. Bye Cole. Bye Cullen. Oh, Bull, you came back. I see the sky is still green. Okay, well, you can read along. I don't like that there are only the options to disband or serve Orlais. Even if it's specifically serving Liliana, I mean, there's no telling how long she'll be the Divine. Yeah, okay. I'm glad people were able to return to their lives. That probably won't work. But I suppose it doesn't hurt to try? Though it might also hurt to try. Goodbye, Kunari. I'm sure they'll be back, though. Well, back to Tevinter. Have fun. Oof. Maybe Dorian's group can do something to help with that. Good for you, Cassandra. Seems like a job you'd enjoy. That's good to hear. Can't help but wonder why this is all sketches. Let's keep our fingers crossed that that one goes well for her. What purpose could that be, Cassandra? Only one way to find out in Dragon Age 4. Uh-oh. What did you do? Okay. So they're in conflict now. Hopefully they can unify before the Kunari get over here. Don't want to turn into another Tevinter Imperium. There's got to be some middle way. But there is no middle way for the Inquisition. Couldn't become our own nation state. Are those people coming after her behind her? Oh, that's nice. Progressive. Which is something we can all agree is necessary. Oh. Okay, then. Being a little saucy with her work, too. So that's what those people behind her are up to. How so? Oh, because of the Inquisition? Here's hoping that's why. I would not put it past her. It's exactly the kind of thing she'd be good at. Nice work, Liliana. I mean, did she really leave it? Well, I agree with the former. Not so much the latter, though at times. No way to make this stuff go faster, eh? This is real slow. Effective? How dare you, sir? Supposedly. I get the feeling he's not as desk-bound as... The power of friendship. Of course. How sweet. I like the exploding bees there. What could that offer be? Sarah. She's a delight. Yeah, there's Aveline. She's good with the short hair. It suits her. Like being Viscount doesn't particularly suit poor Varric. Well, he's doing a good job at least. Unsurprisingly, of course. As well he should. Kinda looks like Blackwall, but I know it isn't. I'm sure it was quite the part, indeed. Aww. That's sweet. I remember that necklace from earlier in the game. Oh, thank goodness for that. He's certainly the best man for the job. How secure is it, though? That's good. Colin gets to continue pursuing his passion to help those who have been through what he's been through. He's a loyal man. I don't know about that Herodorian. I just don't know about it. That lady on the left is from the comics. They're pretty good. You should read them. Unsurprising. Varus, that's the one. That's nice. Friendship's important that way. That's the power of friendship again. I wonder if he met the original Warden. Sorry, Warden Commander and Queen of Ferelden. Pretty good outfit he's got. I'm happy to hear that he managed to keep that level of compassion. What a sweet guy sometimes. Bye, Josephine. We'll miss you. Oh, perfect. I do remember doing something about that. Huzzah for that. Yeah, that's not a surprise. Maybe Isabella can help us out, though. Oh, those pirate princes. Yeah, alright. That's fine. I wonder why that could be. Pretty big, I'm gonna guess. Well, destroying the world, we got that. forever marked. Take it on.
My agents have found nothing. With the Illuvians, he could be anywhere.
Maintaining the Inquisition, even as a peacekeeping force, leaves us vulnerable to agents of the Dread Wolf.
But also gives us the strength to respond.
We will need to be careful.
Solas knows everything about us. Who we are, how we work, our strengths and weaknesses.
But we'll just change that.
Then we find people he doesn't know. We will save our friend from himself. If we can.
Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe at some point we'll get a Dragon Age 4. Did a little bit of hinting on it this year at E3, so... hopefully we'll see where that goes from there. Well, I'll let you enjoy this, and I'll pull back from speaking until this is all over.
What is this? A new book? All this shit is weird. Oh, Varric, that is a terrible title. What are you even thinking?
Seems more like a Sarah title than a Varric title.
The sky churned like a rolling sea on a dark and stormy night, centered on a gaping hole that led to the arse end of nowhere. A hole that spit up many things that day, comets, demons, and a whole lot of trouble. It's about the Inquisition.
Yeah? Oh, is she excited because she is going to be in it?
The din of the tavern cut the silence like it owed the Carter money.
Oh.
In the middle, in her element, Red Jenny. She looked me up and down, mostly down. Not playing, weirdy, she said, gesturing with and dismissively eating a sandwich. Don't write that. Seriously, piss up a robe.
I love this.
Sarah made the subtext text, which suited me fine. The court enchanter swirled into the room like a drop of beautiful poison spreading in a wineglass. She sized me up with a glance.
I'm so glad you made it, my dear, she said. I am Madame de Fair, the most terrifying person you shall ever meet.
Liliane enfolded Alphonse in an embrace as warm as a serpent's kiss. I always knew I could count on your support. The Count did not feel the bite of her poisoned dart until it was too late. Even if it requires your death.
Brutal.
Drops of rain glistened on the griffin medallion grasped tightly in Blackwall's hand. The silverite wings of valor. They mean nothing. He flung the medal to the cold and uncaring ground. You don't know what I've done. You don't know me. So romantic.
Oh, Cassandra. Careful there.
Cole moved like a shadow that also moved like a knife. A shadow wearing a hat where dreams came to die.
Well, I can agree with the description of the hat.
He whispered. A cold riddle that gnaws at your mind, but you'll feel better when it's gone. That makes as much sense as anything Cole says.
And I mean, the hat is where dreams come to die. It murders them with its horribleness.
Do you place your herald above the law, Ambassador? Whose law, my lady? Josephine's eyes glittered like angry opals. The law destroyed by rebellion, by civil war, by poor fiscal management. We are the law. We left our mark on adamant, but the dust hadn't settled, and neither had Harding. I can offer you a drink, if I catch your meaning.
If you'd caught my meaning, you'd have offered a double.
What is even happening here?
Goodness me.
The Iron Bull was a great slab of muscle with horns that could hang a tapestry. One eye scanned for threats, while the other hid behind an eye patch like a chantry sister's old sins. Come on, he barked, not looking back as he entered. The dancer with the great rack comes on in 5. That is spot on, actually.
Yeah, that's him, 100%.
The commander had the look of a Templar who had seen the worst of humanity, yet still had the time to style his hair.
Let's say tease
This
it.
isn't just a war, he said, his gaze steely like a dull blade. It's the only war. Cullen! That's Cullen!
Yes, Cassandra, that's obvious. She's so excited by this book. And it's adorable. When is he going to get to the description of herself, I wonder?
The mage wore a class of handsome sneer cultivated by 1,000 years of Tevinter elitism. The name's Dorian, he glared. D-O-R-I-A-N. Spell it right, you marble-headed lump, or it's toad time.
Toad time.
A toad? That's hardly credible. The bold elf spun, mage staff crackling like the city after a good man's murder. You're crazy, the Red Templar cried in terror. Moonlight glinted off ears like the knives you never see coming. Better to fade out than burn away. Ugh, Varric.
It's very bad. Come on, just one more left.
Wait, where am I?
Yeah.
I don't... Oh, here it is. The Seeker clutched at my vest, her tears as desperate as they were pitiful.
Oh no.
Varric, I was wrong about everything, she sobbed. Could you find it in your noble heart to forgive me? That dwarf, he put me in the book! I'm in the book! I am reading the shit out of this!
Oh, Cass, we love you. Hey, anytime. We appreciate all the work you put into it as well. It was a fun game. And I think that's it. So until the next time, all the best.